This orchid stem has finished flowering. The blooms are gone. The spike looks bare, and most people would take one look at this and cut it all the way down. But wait, because what looks dead on the surface still has something hiding inside it. And after just 1 month, something incredible happened. Let me show you exactly how we made that possible. So the first thing we need to do is trim the flower spike. And already, as we cut into it, you can see exactly what I mean. This spike has completely finished its cycle. The tissue inside is dry, the color is gone, there's nothing left here that's actively growing. And look at these flowers, completely wilted, dry, and papery. There is no coming back for these. Every bit of energy this plant produces right now is being quietly drained by these dead blooms just hanging on. They're not decorative anymore, they're a burden. And now comes the most important part, locating the right node to work with. Take a close look at the spike, and you'll start to see them. Small little bumps sitting along the stem, protected by a thin papery covering. And as you can see right here, this node is already showing signs of life. There's a tiny hint of green just beginning to push through. That right there is exactly what we're looking for. That little green tip means this bud is not dead, it's just been sleeping. And our job now is to give it every reason to wake up and keep going. So we trim the spike just above this node, leaving it enough stem to support what's about to grow from it. Using a razor blade, we're going to clean up the edges of the cut spike, removing any dead or dried out tissue around the cut. Exposing the fresh, healthy tissue underneath. This gives a head start on pushing out that new growth. For our first solution, we're starting with garlic. Go ahead and peel back the skin. And cut it down into small pieces. Now while you're cutting, make sure to keep one piece of garlic intact. We're going to take that piece and rub it directly across every trimmed cut on the spike. This creates an instant protective layer right where it's needed most. Garlic contains a compound called allicin, which is a natural antifungal and antibacterial agent. Allicin is going to protect every single one of those fresh cut we made, making sure no fungi or bacteria can take hold while the node is at its most vulnerable. And then we're going to plant one piece directly into the growing medium at the base of the spike and leave it for the time being. Go ahead and cut the remaining garlic into small pieces. We want to get every bit of those active compounds into our solution. And by now, the piece of garlic we planted into the node has done its job. Take it out and cut it up into pieces along with the rest. Then pack all of the cut pieces into a jar. The next ingredient we're adding is 2 teaspoons of used coffee grounds. Coffee grounds are rich in nitrogen, which is one of the key nutrients that drives leaf and stem growth. Then fill it up with water. Room temperature, not cold, not hot, just like before. Give it a good stir to get everything moving together. Then close the lid and set it aside to infuse. After about an hour, go ahead and strain everything out. We just want the liquid. Get rid of all the coffee grounds and garlic pieces until you're left with a clean, dark solution. This right here is your treatment. Simple, natural, and genuinely effective. Using a soft tissue and soak it in the liquid. Then go ahead and wipe down the entire spike, making sure nothing gets missed. The tissue allows the solution getting it right into all the little grooves and bumps along the stem where the nodes sit. Once the whole spike has been wiped down, go ahead and submerge the entire thing directly into the solution. We want full contact between the spike and that garlic and coffee liquid. Let it sit for about 20 to 30 minutes. Those active compounds going to start working into the tissue of the spike itself. And at the same time, take a handful of soft cotton and soak it in the same solution. We're going to be using this cotton in the next step, and the more solution it holds, the better. After 30 minutes, take the spike out of the solution, and already you can see the difference. The tissue looks more hydrated. The color along the stem has shifted slightly, and those nodes that looked dry and dormant before are already starting to look more alive. Before we move on, we're going to take a pinch of cinnamon powder and dust it over every trimmed area of the spike. Just a light coating across all the cut edges and exposed nodes. Cinnamon is a natural antifungal, and what it does here is create a dry protective seal over those fresh cuts. Now check on your cotton. It should be done soaking at this point. Go ahead and take it out and give it a firm squeeze. You want to get rid of the excess liquid so it's damp but not dripping. Once you've squeezed it to the right dampness, go ahead and nestle the spike directly into the cotton, node side down. The cotton is going to act as our temporary growing medium for now, keeping just the right amount of consistent moisture around the base of the spike, making sure the node area is fully in contact with the cotton. Now take your pot and add just a small amount of water to the base. Not too much, just enough to sit at the bottom and create a source of moisture for the cotton to slowly draw from. Then, take your cover, something clear with a few small holes poked into it, and place it over the entire setup, creating a miniature greenhouse. The cover traps warmth and humidity inside, keeping conditions around that spike stable and consistent around the clock. And finally, now that everything is set up, we're going to place it somewhere with good airflow and bright indirect light. That combination of the humidity trapped inside the makeshift greenhouse creates the perfect microclimate for those dormant nodes to wake up. After just 3 weeks, 2 new growth points on a spike that most people would have thrown in the bin without a second thought. You can see how small and delicate they are right now, but don't let that fool you. The fact that they're here at all is everything. It means the spike is alive, the nodes have woken up. From here, there's no stopping it. Now we're going to carefully place it back into the cotton. Give the whole setup a light mist of water, just enough to refresh the moisture in the cotton and around the base. Then go reseal the greenhouse cover back on, and let it keep doing its thing. And after 1 month, look at what we have. This is the same spike that was finished, bare, and headed for the trash just 4 weeks ago. And now, 2 brand new orchid plants are growing right out of it, each one with multiple leaves, standing upright, full of color and life. This isn't just survival. This is the plant thriving. What we've essentially done here is taken one orchid that was done flowering and turned it into 3 plants. The original, and these 2 new keikis growing straight from the spike. Now that these 2 new plants are strong enough to stand on their own, it's time to give them their own home. Start by filling 2 separate pots with pine bark. Just like we talked about earlier, chunky and porous, nothing too dense. Then take a small layer of moss and lay it gently across the top of each pot, just enough to cover the surface of the pine bark, keeping conditions stable while these 2 new plants settle into their new homes and start establishing their root systems. Then carefully separate the 2 spikes. Take your time here and be gentle. These new plants are still young and the roots are delicate. Once they're separated, go ahead and plant each one into its own pot. Nestle the base in firmly enough that it stands upright on its own, but don't pack the pine bark too tight. We still need that airflow getting to the roots. Now give both pots a light mist all over, the leaves, the stem, the moss on top. Then follow it up with a gentle water directly into the base of each pot. And this right here is going to be your daily routine from now on. Keep this up, stay patient with them, and watch what happens over the coming months. And there you have it. If this video helped you see your orchid differently, drop a comment below and let me know how your spike is doing. I want to hear about it from everyone. If you found this useful, a like and subscribe means the world and helps me keep making videos like this. I'll see you in the next one.